Angie Hanley is one member of this community who has been here with us from the very start. If you try to distract the program, she is going to come at you without warning. If you attack me personally, instead of my opinions and my views, Angie Hanley is going to let you know about it in no uncertain manner. So when she spoke, or when she posted that we are not giving Ruston Chase enough credit, I took heed. Hello everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm really glad that you're here on this, the fourth morning of the T20 Cricket World Cup being hosted in the Caribbean. Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, I just thought that the wicket was one that was a bit difficult to start on in terms of playing your strokes and being aggressive. So I thought it was one that you just had to get in and give yourself a bit of time to get adjusted to the pace of the wicket. And once you get in, you would get away the ball after a while.
That was Ruston Chase. He clearly saying that the approach of the other West Indies batsmen of trying to go hell for leather in quotation mark at the start of their innings was not the right approach. Watching Papua New Guinea bat, Ruston Chase, who I have seen persons commented in the past that is the brain of this team. I have not formed an opinion on that. But clearly, his interview after the match, that post-match interview, he made it clear that from looking at Papua New Guinea bat, he realized that it was very hard to start on the pitch and that you have to get yourself in. And once you get yourself in, it was easy to get away the ball. Ruston Chase, 42 from 27 deliveries, rightfully earning the player of the match. Because when Powell and Rutherford went in quick succession, and West Indies were 5 wicket down, needing 9.5 runs per over to win, it was the cool head of Ruston Chase and the powerful Andre Russell that saw West Indies over the line. I think that Ruston Chase was duly awarded the man of the match in that match against Papua New Guinea. Now, there have been calls for changes to be made in the playing 11 for the next match. Yesterday morning, Basil, Gerard, and I believe that the same playing 11 should play on Saturday against Uganda. Now, I have revisited that position and I have not yet come to a decision. For since then, thanks to Michael Douglas, who have sent me some information on Johnson Charles. At Providence in T20 international cricket, Johnson Charles have played 3 matches. He have made 14 runs from 18 deliveries. That's a strike rate of less than 90. He averages less than 5 at 4.7. Now, with only 3 matches in T20 international cricket, and the first match of the tournament being on Saturday, and he got a 1 ball, you do not really want to drop him. But when you look at Johnson Charles' performances in T20 cricket, that's in CPL, at Providence for the last 10 years, you realize that he have played 10 matches there, scored 112 runs from 111 deliveries, averaging 11.2. As I said, I have not yet made a decision on whether Johnson Charles should be replaced. But these numbers from Charles is great cause for concern at Providence. And there's a big argument whether you should play horses for courses. You know that concoction, horses for courses, or Johnson Charles deserve another game at Providence. I'm going to think about it. I have a few days to go before Saturday, and I hope you give it some consideration. I know there are some who will be quick to say drop him. Yes, drop him after one match. There are many persons who are calling for Shea Hope to be in the team, including Russ Pereira. I don't think that I'm going to make that call right now. I'm going to give it some more thought. Now, we also spoke yesterday about Puran in T20 World Cup matches. As I said on the show, I cannot trust the numbers given to me by 007. 007 is a legend of the show, and I'm always happy when he's on the show, and it is always good. It has always been good banter between both of us. But yesterday he said that Nicholas Puran have scored 3 half centuries in T20 World Cup. That is not true. Nicholas Puran have played 9 matches in T20 World Cup cricket, scoring 155 runs from 132 deliveries at an average of 17.2. That is below Nicholas Puran's standard, and I certainly hope that going forward he's going to look to increase and improve his performances. So a win is a win, and we just have to be happy that we got 2 points. Looking at Afghanistan game against Uganda last night, I think the pitch flattened out a bit and they were able to score much quicker. However, those last 5 overs, Uganda bowled them for only 36 runs. There's something else that I should have discussed yesterday morning. And I want to keep my emotion in check right now because I'm very disturbed. It's very disturbing that 2 players in this West Indies women team to tour Sri Lanka. Well, they should be on their way to Sri Lanka by now because the first match is on the 15th of June. Once again, Cedar Bride chose to release the women team when we are distracted over a weekend, when we are concentrating on the World Cup. I do not know if this is by design or this is the way Anne Brown wants it to be. Now, I do not know also if there's a policy shift in Cricket West Indies. For this is the second women team that has been released where there's no press conference for Anne Brown and the other selectors to clarify their selection to the West Indies people. We, the stakeholders, we who are emotionally attached for the team. I would believe that Anne Brown and I and Sean Diaz and Ailey Matthews, I would believe that we all want the same thing. I believe that you want the same thing along with them and me. I believe so. But I cannot agree with some of the selection. There is no cricketing reason to justify the selection of Cherry and Fraser and Sheddy Nation in this squad. I cannot understand why those 2 players are selected. Why is it that someone, for example, like Natasha McLean, what is the justification? I am calling on Cricket West Indies to give us an explanation why Natasha McLean has not been selected. Since there's no press conference and I cannot ask Anne Brown or Sean Diaz, I'm calling on Cricket West Indies, Mile Bascom, to tell us the rationale behind selecting Cherry and Fraser and Sheddy Nation, and the rationale behind not selecting someone like Natasha McLean. For it cannot be cricketing reason why these 2 players are selected and why Natasha McLean is not selected. There's a lot of talk about why Natasha McLean has not been selected. Things that I cannot say publicly, things I've heard a lot, but I will not say them. I just cannot say them. But I want to ask the question, why is Natasha McLean is not selected in this West Indies squad? You can look at the numbers yourself. They are there, they are clear, and you can look at those numbers yourself. Finally, there's a World Cup match that was played in the United States of America. It was played in New York between South Africa and Sri Lanka. And the Sri Lanka Cricket Board are not happy, to put it mildly, with Cricket West, with the ICC, with the organizers of the tournament. Sri Lanka have to travel 1.5 hours from their hotel to the match yesterday. They also has to return to their hotel quickly after the match to catch a 6 o'clock flight to Dallas. Sri Lanka will be playing 4 matches in 4 different venues in this World Cup. They have by far the most hectic schedule. And to compel that worse, their flight was delayed in Miami. Their flight from Miami to New York was delayed for 8 hours. And they arrive in New York 5 a.m. in the morning instead of 8 p.m. in the evening. That being said, however, the skipper Asaranga made it clear that that was no excuse for their defeat yesterday. The question has to be asked of Asaranga, though, why did he bat first on a completely new pitch after winning the toss? You need to see what the pitch is doing. In our zone in Group C, Afghanistan played Uganda last night. It was by far a one-sided match, and I'm sure the net run rate of Afghanistan have gone out of the roof. They batted first and made 183 for 5 off their 20 overs, with Gurbaz, who used to this ground as he played for Guyana Amazon Warriors in 2022 in the CPL. Gurbaz made 76. You can recall when the Guyana Amazon Warrior chased down the St. Lucia Kings 212 in that T20, in that CPL match. Gurbaz was the one who opened the innings then for the Guyana Amazon Warriors in helping the Warriors to beat the King in that epic chase in 2012. Ibrahim also scored 70. When Uganda batted, there were no match. They made 58 with Faruqi taking 5 for 9. So Afghanistan is now at the top of the table, and it will be very interesting to see when they play New Zealand later this week. That is going to be a crunch match. There are some other matches coming up today, but the one that I'm going to take a quick look at is Scotland versus England. Scotland and England have never met in a T20 international match at any level. I guess there's only one level. They have played 4 odd one-day international in the past. The last one-day international between the two teams was in 2018, which Pakistan won. The other 3 previous matches were won by England, but the last one was won by Pakistan. This is Scotland's 4th consecutive T20 World Cup, their 6th overall. Mark you, however, Scotland was the winner of the European qualifiers, where they beat Ireland in the final to qualify. So there were 2 qualifiers from Europe. Cricket is now somehow streamlining their qualification process so that everyone can understand it. Just like how Uganda and Namibia qualified from Africa, Papua New Guinea from the East Ocean Pacific. So too, you have a European qualifiers. Just like how Canada qualified from the Americas qualifiers. Cricket is now streamlining their qualification process, and this is a good sign for cricket. Scotland have lost 7 of their last 8 T20 World Cup matches. 7. The only team that they have beaten during that time, yes, of course, is the West Indies. Every other team has beaten Pakistan in their last 8 T20, except for the West Indies. Interestingly though, in 2021, In 2021, Scotland beat Bangladesh in their first match at the T20 World Cup. And in 2022, they beat the West Indies in their first match at the T20 World Cup. What will happen in 2024? Will Scotland again win their first match and upset England and put them under pressure right away before that big match against Australia on Saturday? England, on the other hand, comes into this match as the T20 World Cup champion from 2022. I do not know how much should be made of that, because we saw that last year in the ODI World Cup is the same way they went into that ODI World Cup as the defending champion, and they struggled and did not even make the semi-final. I am wondering, it has came to my mind that this English team need a little more refreshing than what has taken place. I think that some of these players, well, at least half of this team, I think they have turned down the hill. They are not quite midway down the hill, but they have gone over the summit and is looking down. And I think that this England team, although I expect them to qualify for the Super 8, I would not be surprised if they do not make it. And as I said, the last time they played against Pakistan, against Scotland, they lost the ODI. Interestingly though, England bowling strike rate of 17. Yes, of 17 since 2023. That's mean on average, every 17 deliveries, England get a wicket. That's outstanding. Outstanding, absolutely, in T20 international cricket. When your team as a collective can get a wicket every 17 deliveries, it is outstanding. I think it's of great concern, though, to England that Phil Salt have scored over 26% of England runs whenever he has played for England since 2023. In this modern era, for a team that is a full member ICC team, to have one player scoring over 26% of your runs in T20 international since 2023, it's a great concern. And I expect that opposing team will be targeting Phil Salt. Now, there are some very good news for the teams taking part in this World Cup. Over the years, we have seen where the price of World Cup money has been going up. Although for the last few World Cup, it was somehow stable. But these are the figures for the World Cup from 2007. In 2007, India got 1.2 million for winning the World Cup. However, in 2009 and 2010, the prize money for winning the World Cup dropped to 800,000 US dollars. It went back up again, and in 2012, the West Indies got 1.1 million for winning. In 2016, the West Indies got 1.6 million for winning. In between then, Sri Lanka also got 1.1. That 1.6 million was the same amount that Australia got for winning it in 2021, and the same amount that England got for winning the World Cup in 2022. Now this year, the prize money for winning the World Cup has gone up to over $2.45 million. Yes, the winning team from this year's World Cup is going to go away with over $2.5 million. It will be over $2.6 million because they will be earning from winning other matches up to the Super 8 stages. So the winning team from this year's World Cup is going to go away with over $2.6 million in earning. This making it the highest payout in the history of the World Cup tournament. Second place team will get 1.28 million, while the beaten semifinalists will each get 787,500. And those are minimum figures, because every match that you win in the first round and the Super 8, you are going to get 31,154 US dollars. So if you win anywhere, like say, if you win all your 8 matches in the first 7 matches, in the first round and the Super 8, You would have played 7 matches. If you win all of those 7 matches, that's a further 200,000 that you are going to get. The teams who are in the Super 8 who did not make it to the semifinals, they will get $382,500 each. If you did not make the Super 8 and you come 9, 10, 11th, or 12th, you are going to get $247,000 each. And the set of teams, the other teams from 13 to 20, they will all get $225,000. Plus, if they win any match in the first round. So over $11.25 million will be up for grabs in this year T20 World Cup being hosted in the West Indies, with the first place team going away with more than $2.6 million. I want to say before I come to your comment, there's no World Cup campaign that is smooth. None. Every winner of a World Cup usually have a downtime in that World Cup when persons question the quality of the team. I know Papua New Guinea push us very close, but this is just par for the course in World Cup. Let us rally. As Athena always said, rally, rally, rally around the West Indies. Your favorite player might not be playing. Your favorite player may not even be in the World Cup squad. But we all want the same thing. You want the same thing that I want. So I'm asking you, rally around the West Indies team. Even if your player is not selected, remember, it is our team. It is our squad. And they are the only one that can make us win the tournament. That squad that is at the World Cup. No player that is not there cannot help us to win, but support the team. The crowd at the matches thus far has not been good. They have not been impressive. It is your fault. You can go to the match and watch the matches. It is time. The World Cup is here. Go out to the matches and watch. Fill up those stands and make a good show for the world to see what we, the people in the Caribbean, are capable of. Thank you all for being here. I'll come to your comments at this moment. Good morning, Andy Smith. Blessing to you. Blessing to you, Athena. Blessing to you, MPEC TV. Yvonne Johnson, thank you always for your prayers and your sincerity. So thank you all for tuning in. Please have a wonderful day, as I see Marie Fagan is making. Blessing to you, West Indies team, every time. Rally round my West Indies all the way. Thank you, Marie Fagan. And that should be the theme. Rally around the West Indies team. Thank you all for being here. Today there's a match at Kensington Oval starting at 10:30 in the Eastern Caribbean, 9:30 in Jamaica. But those of you who are in Barbados, please go out and watch the match today. It should be a good match. Okay, MPEC TV, I will tune into that as soon as I can. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved one. May you have a wonderful day.